Hey, good evening, everyone. Today is October the 21st, 2014, and I want to take a look at the markets here now that we've seen a bounce. I recall either the last video I did or the video before. I mentioned the video. I think the video was titled something about expect a bounce, right? And we were kind of right around this area, somewhere around there. And my expectation was that we would see a bounce. And we can see here, obviously, I've got the S&P 500 here. You can see here today is, again, it's Tuesday the 21st. And you can see we've bounced, right? Pretty significantly here. So now we start to ask the question, what do we do from here? What's to expect from here, right? What I'm watching for very carefully, given that it's early in the week, is, remember, keep in mind this trend line that we talked about that goes back a year, right? October all the way to here. What happened? We broke that, right? So my expectation from that is that any bounce up here into this range is going to be rejected. Okay, that's at least my initial thought process. That can obviously change, but that's my thought process. So from the highest point right there, the high, down to that low, when I bring in my retracement levels right here, you can see we're rallying into that 50 to 618 level. Now, the day is over, and that's a pretty strong close. If it had come down even $1 or two from that level, I would be much more confident in saying that it's going to reverse here. It's possible that it doesn't. It's possible that it keeps going right back into this trend line here before encountering any resistance. I'm not sure. Or it's possible that this is just a little hiccup in what will continue to be an upwards trend. It doesn't appear that way when we look at the larger term time frame, but there have been instances, for example, a couple of years ago, where you sort of break a trend, right? I think it happened right around here. There was a break of a trend, and what looked like was going to be, a start of a reversal, rallied up, started to come down, and then just kept going. So those do occur as well from time to time. So, you never know. This could just be a small blip in what will otherwise be a move back up. However, I'm not going to say that yet. So I need to see what happens over the next couple of days here, next week or so, as we round out the end of the month here. And then we can kind of look back and make a better judgment on what the S&P will do. I've got a bunch of questions about Apple after their earnings yesterday, selling more iPhones than expected, higher profit than expected. What's my expectation? I continue to say this, and I'll say it again. I expect it to get into the 125-ish level in the near term. What I mean by near term is not like next week or the week after, but over the next several months. I say that because you can see 2 months ago, we closed above here. When that happens, when it closes above a significant area, there's a 70% chance it's going to hit the 127. That 127 is around $125. If the month closes out above here again, that only adds strength to it. I'm long Apple, and I expect it to get to that 125 range. Now, one of the ways I've been playing it is with some basic stock buying, so just purchasing stock, looking for that to happen. I've also played it with some options. So their earnings are out. There's not going to be another set of earnings till probably late January, in which they'll report their holiday quarter sales, which is expected to probably be insane. So I bought some options. I bought some February calls, some 120 calls, some 125 calls. They're very, very cheap now because we're obviously not trading and there's plenty of time. That's another way you can play it. But stock is another great way to play it. I mean, 20-25% return from here is really great. So if it matches your rules, that's exactly what I'm doing. What'll be interesting to see is long term, going into next year or longer, into 2016. if this thing does another 1-to-1 measured move, which will put it up into the 145, 150 range, which is around that 1414 area at around 140. So a little bit higher, and then 1618 is 156. Don't, call me crazy, but I think that there's a reasonable chance that over the next 24 months, let's say, that is completely attainable. Probably less. So I'm bullish on Apple, as you can tell, and the charts are saying that. So I'm going to stick to it. All right, last one here for the day, the pound. I've been watching this very closely. I bought a little bit of the pound here. If it comes back down a little bit, I'll add a little bit more to it. It's a really nice looking area right here. I'm willing to go long on it with an expectation that we could get a few hundred pips out of it. And then actually, let me just quickly look at the euro here. The euro is, to me, not looking very good here. You can see rally back up, very weak, having some difficulty here. The next few days will tell us a lot. If it starts to dip really hard back down into these lows, we could be in for some more selling. So hope that helps. You guys have good trading, and we'll see you guys next time.